The following program was paid for by Latino Cleveland.
This program was made possible by Global Cleveland, supporting the growth of Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community.
Este programa es hecho gracias a Global Cleveland, respaldando el crecimiento de la comunidad hispana en el noreste de Ohio.
Hola, and welcome to another episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland, the only show dedicated to highlighting Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community. I'm Myra Rosario, your host, and I'm glad you can join us today. If you're tuning in for the first time, I encourage you to check out our website, latinocleveland.com, where you can check out all our previous episodes and learn more about the Hispanic community, from important issues, Latino-owned businesses, amazing Latin restaurants, and much more. You will discover the amazing impact our community makes to Northeast Ohio. But for now, today's show, we will have several ensemble members from Teatrico Público, a part of the Cleveland Public Theater, here to tell us about their upcoming season. Kris, the owner of Santanas Barbershop, is in studio to talk to us about the growing trend of beards. If you've noticed, facial hair has made a huge comeback. We are going to air episode 2, the new mini-series, Así Vive Mejor, where we are going to follow Gina on her journey through plastic surgery with Dr. Corey, really interesting. We will also have another episode of Idea Home Health Care series. It features the Caraballo family, a local family, and a real-life story regarding their elderly parent. But first this morning is Robert Trivisonno from Nurenberg Paris, our legal sponsor. Hi, and welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great. So today we're going to talk about workman's compensation, correct?
Yes.
Right. So share with our audience about workman's compensations and some of the challenges.
Well, our firm handles personal injury and workers' compensation cases. Primarily, my function is workers' compensation, on-the-job injuries. When people are injured on the job, depending on the severity of the injury, they don't always know what they're responsible for doing and what to do to make sure that they're taken care of. The first thing, obviously, is when you're injured on the job is to report it. And a lot of times when you're injured, an employer will send you someplace to be treated. And a lot of times the treatment is not always what the injured person wants or with who they're comfortable. And in Ohio, under Ohio law, when you're injured on the job, you can treat with any provider you choose, as long as they're certified to treat workers' compensation injuries. And that's something a lot of people don't understand, especially if there's a language barrier.
Yeah.
You may automatically think, here's where I have to go because that's where I was told to go. But you do have options, and you can treat with whoever you're comfortable with.
Do you recommend that they reach out to you? Do you have a referral on different physicians that they can
We
reach
can
out
assist in finding a provider to treat with, or, if they're comfortable with where they're at, that's fine. We have no problem with that. But if they're not comfortable and they feel they need different attention, different care, we can certainly assist them in finding that care.
Right. Now, do they have to use their own health insurance when it comes to?
No. That's an important point, because when you're injured on the job, everything should be covered and paid for by workers' compensation. It's different than your health insurance. With your health insurance, you have co-pays and deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses. With workers' comp, there are no out-of-pocket expenses, and that's important for people to know not to use their health insurance when they're treating for a work-related injury, so they don't incur unnecessary costs.
What about time off?
When you're injured on the job, you have to miss at least a week of work to be compensated for your time off. A lot of folks don't understand that. They feel like they're obligated to return to work, maybe even if they're not healthy enough to do that. But if your doctor takes you out of work, if you're out for at least a week, you're compensated for your time off.
Okay, great. So I'd like to share the contact information, so if people have more questions about this topic, you can contact Robert Trivisonno at Nurenberg Paris. The phone number is 216-694-5252, and you can also check them out on the website, which is www.nphm.com. Thank you, Robert, for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, no problem. See you. Okay, stay tuned because after this short break, we will be talking about beards. So stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. With us now is Kris, the owner of Santanas Barbershop. I know we hear a little bit of clippers there. How are you, Kris?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good. Yeah, so you're here today to talk to us about the growing trend of beards, right?
Yeah, I'm Kris Santana from Santanas Barbershop, and the new trend from Santanas Barbershop is the beard. Knowing that my employee here, he's keeping his nice groomed beard, so this is what is going on right now as far as a barbershop trend.
Right. So, I mean, Kris, what is this whole phenomenon of these comebacks of these beards?
It really enhances your face, as far as your mustache, your lineup, as far as your hair. So that's what's the new trend going on.
Right. I've also noticed that like a lot of people with different beards do like different styles, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Like what? What can you share with the audience about that?
The new styles will be, lines and designs in his hair. As far as the beard, that's the new trend.
How long does it take to grow something like this? Like I'm all touching it.
Nice and soft.
It is. It's soft.
Shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
2.5 months.
Yeah.
We'll get you a beard like this.
Right. 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a person would have to come in and work the process out with you to do a beard?
Yeah, you can start it up, you know what I'm saying? Also, there's a new hair dye that'll enhances the face, also the beard. So.
Okay. So you ready to line him up on one side? Because I
Yeah.
noticed you have a nice line over there.
Yeah, the barbershop, that's where.
So how many different barbers do you have in the shop?
It's 8 of us now, and it's growing, you know what I'm saying? We're located on Dennison Avenue, but it's a good location to start cutting hair.
Right. Do you offer products for the beards?
As far as products, Kiss will be the only product that will enhances your face.
So you can kind of like consult people?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
Well, go ahead and start with a little styling here. So, Fatty, you can't move.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I can't make you smile, I'm sorry.
That would be all bad. No more
Yeah.
beard.
Yeah, I haven't seen a beard like since my father, when I was a child.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, well, I don't want to put
Just
my
like
age out there, but, but yeah. I was pretty surprised. I know November is like a big beard month, isn't it?
Yeah,
Correct.
No shave November.
No shave November.
So people have to come check you out for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Lining a beard up in no shave November is extra.
No shave November?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Yeah. It's part of. Well, I'm going to share your contact information as you continue to line him up. You can reach Santanas Barbershop, as Kris mentioned. They're located on, what's it?
Dennison Avenue.
Dennison Avenue.
99.
You can also find them on Facebook, Santanas Barbershop, or Instagram, Santanas Barbershop. They have all the beautiful photos of the different styles they do with the beards. And they're not just limited to beards, they also take care of kids and all kinds of great styles. Well, Kris, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was a pleasure.
No problem. All right, don't go anywhere. We will have a very personal and touching true story featuring the Caraballo family to share with you. So stick around. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Last week, we introduced you to a local family, the Caraballos. Unfortunately, they experienced something very frightening. Lillian shared with us how she felt the day she got a call in the middle of the night from her father and had to call 911 and have him rushed to the hospital. So many things that we fear that could happen in our own family. Once her father, Hector, was well enough, Lillian decided to move him in and take care of him herself instead of putting him into a nursing home, which I'm sure many of us can relate to. Along the love, devotion, and commitment comes challenges. Let's check in and see how the Caraballos are progressing.
Hi, my name is Lillian Caraballo. My father is Hector Caraballo Sr. He's been here in the community for years, 43 years, 45 years.
My name is Hector Caraballo. I'm 71 years old. I thank God because He had me here after I was so sick in the hospital.
It was very critical. 2 days at home, he would have never made it.
It was when they come out the idea from the doctor to send me to the nursing home. I was thinking that if they send me, I don't think I can make it.
My dad was very happy with his nurse because she spoke Spanish, and he was able to express himself better. That was very important to me, that he was comfortable. Our parents, they brought us up, they took care of us, and I don't think a nursing home is a choice.
Wow, I can only imagine the adjustments and the many unknown questions that everyone in the family faces in a life-changing situation that happens like Hector's. Luckily, they had Idea Home Healthcare and their Spanish-speaking staff to make the transition smoother. Now remember, Lillian and Hector's story will continue next week, so make sure you check back for the continuation. Now stay tuned, because when we return, we are going to check on another local celebrity, Gina Velasquez, who has decided to check out her options to see if plastic surgery is something she would want to do to repair her body for motherhood. So stay right here, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. Last week in our new mini-series, Así Vive Mejor, we introduced to you Gina Velasquez, who shared with us her interest in exploring plastic surgery and what the option may look like for her. Well, she had a lot of questions and decided to take the bold step forward in finding the answers. So let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Gina Velasquez. I am 39 years old, a mother of two. I live on the west side of Cleveland, right in the heart, inner city. Today is my first consultation with Dr. Corey just to inquire. I've been looking at abdominoplasty, possibly a lift or reduction, breast reduction. I'm excited that I'm inquiring something that I do have an interest in to enhance myself. I don't want to change too much of myself. I'm happy with me, but at the same time, there's things like everyone we would like to improve.
Hi, my name is Dr. Corey. I'm the owner and founder of Corey Plastic Surgery. When they walk in, they just want to feel comfortable about what they're putting themselves into and their body into. And here, where the job of the plastic surgeon is to explain in details the process and educate them about what's possible, manage their expectation. I think managing expectation is the most important factor in this, because we want to be on the same page. We want them to be satisfied after they go through the procedure and they were happy with the outcome. And the more time we spend explaining the procedure and the steps that they have to go through, they will have much easier post-op recovery, because they already have the expectation.
I just finished meeting Dr. Corey. It was very more relaxed than what I had expected to be. He made me feel comfortable, but I was very surprised at the end that this is possible for me to achieve.
We brought her expectation to the right level. We discussed about, what procedure can we do, and the timing of the procedure, and if we can combine the procedure, because her lifestyle is very hectic and she cannot take time off.
My family doesn't know that I'm here today. This is just more for me to get an initial idea, and then for me to contemplate and then go home and speak with my husband and say, I have this interest and these are my options, and I would like to do that. I would like to proceed with the procedures. Now preparation begins. It's time to prepare. Roller coaster of emotions, but they're happy. They're mostly happy and very nervous at the same time.
Well, it seems like Gina got a lot of her answers to her questions, and Dr. Corey seemed to put her at ease to help her feel comfortable. I think she got a little bit of confidence and excitement on her face. Now, I'm sure she probably has a lot of thinking to do. I can't wait to see what happens when she finally tells her family about her visit and what she's thinking about doing. Come join me next week when we find out what happens next, whether she goes through with it or not. So now stick around when we have the cast and characters in studio coming up from Cleveland Public Theater, Teatro Público. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I am excited to have Raymond Bobby, the executive artist director of the Cleveland Public Theater and the producer of Teatro Público de Cleveland, with us, and several members of the ensemble. Hi, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
Welcome.
Yeah,
thank you so much for having us.
So,
awesome.
Raymond, let me start with you. So, can you share with our audience what is Teatro Público and how is the relationship between Cleveland Public Theater? How does that?
Cool. Yeah. So, Cleveland Public Theater, a while back, I mean, our mission is to nurture consciousness and compassion in the community. And we just saw that there wasn't enough Latino theater or Latino actors.
Right.
And so we reached out to the community, to these people here, and said, hey, what if we started a Latino theater company?
Yeah.
And so we started with workshops. We've built now over 3 years to a 30-member ensemble of actors.
Serious? Wow.
And virtually every show is sold out. It's been really exciting and stimulating because it's so great. I mean, for one thing, for Latinos to be able to see their stories on stage, but for everyone to hear and learn about those stories is so important.
Right. So, Monica, so you've been part of it for all 3 years?
Actually, I started last year.
Okay.
And I wanted to start the first one and I doubted. But, you know, the second time it came around, I didn't think about twice and I just put it in my calendar, all rehearsals or workshops. And I've been with Teatro Público since then. And this is my second fall show, actually.
Is it all Spanish-speaking plays or?
It's bilingual, actually.
Okay.
All the 3 fall shows since the first one have been bilingual. The one we are presenting next week is going to be bilingual. And we have had the great opportunity of having a full production just in Spanish this past winter, which was also a wonderful experience.
What was it called?
Mi Muñequita.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember hearing about that.
But the cool thing about this show is there's a lot of Spanish in it, but you don't have to speak Spanish to understand it and to appreciate it.
Yeah,
so that's the cool thing.
That's awesome. So, I mean, Jason, welcome back. So, can you tell us, you guys have an upcoming play, the name of it and what it's about?
So it is called Donde Está My Home?
Okay.
And it is essentially a story about what is home to people, right? And it weaves a variety of stories together that really talk about home, what it means to other people. We have a little folklore and some storytelling inside of it, which I think our community has a lot of those stories, right? That we just kind of, our families have passed down from generation to generation. And we're fortunate enough to have worked with Raymond, and we just sat around and we talked about different stories of what home meant to us and coming from other countries and living in a new place, what makes it home to us.
Right, that's amazing.
Yes.
So Blanca, share with us like what your experience and your character. Why don't you tell us about your character in the play?
I've been with Teatro Público. I'm one of the founding members and actually started way before the 3 years, but it's grown. And so I've been in a couple of productions already, and my character, and I played several characters in this production. One is the Legend of the Weeping Woman, La Llorona, which is very popular in the Latino culture. But the storyline is basically the same. Most people can relate to the Weeping Woman, whether it's in Spanish or in English. And I also have a piece in there that's kind of biographical, where a story about what Christmas means to me and my family. And so it's not your typical Christmas story, but it's a wonderful piece. I say, come on out and see the show and find out what it's all about.
I'm excited.
So I play several characters in the show, and one of the things I love about being in Teatro Público is that we can merge our cultures together. Right. And find a communal type setting.
Right.
And that everyone feels comfortable in. And that's the great thing about Teatro Público that you don't find anywhere else, I think, in the city of Cleveland or any other theater.
You know what, Blanca, thank you so much. And Raymond, you have the show. I'd like to share the contact information with our audience. Teatro Público de Cleveland presents Donde Está My Home? And it's October 22nd, right, through the 24th,
That's
right?
That's right, yeah.
Starts at 7:30, and you can get tickets at the Gordon Square Theater. Tickets are available on what's the website?
You can go to cptonline.org or teatropublico.org.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
We forgot to mention, we do have festivities before the show.
Yes.
So we have come out, join us for some food and some music. And dancing. And afterwards, we have a party. You can't have a Latino production without a party afterwards.
We'll definitely join the party.
So
thank you guys for coming so much. I definitely can't wait to check out all the creativity and the talent and the season and the entire ensemble. And I'm excited that this is kicking off next week. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break. Thank you. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I want to thank you for joining us today. Hope that you enjoyed the show and you will join us again next week for another great episode. We always have something new for you. Now remember, we're here on Channel 3 every Friday at 12:30, which is our new day and time. And if you are new to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland or want to rewatch your favorite episodes, you can check us out on latinocleveland.com. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, well, live well, mi gente.